Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm going to get my planner all set up for the month of October. Every month I change out my cover, I usually change out my discs, I switch a few things in and out, and that is what I'm planning to do this month. So if you're interested in seeing how I get my planner all ready to go for a new month, stay tuned. As always, I will link all of the supplies that I use down below. Otherwise, let's go. All right, so the first step each month is choosing my cover. I have a few seasonal covers and I tend to do a little bit more of a seasonal feel in the fall because it's one of my favorites. I have some great ones. I always save covers and sometimes I buy planners on clearance just to have the cover. But this one is actually one that I purchased off Etsy maybe a couple of years ago now, so I'm not even sure what shop I bought it from. But it has the Hogwarts castle on the front. It is beautiful blues and purples in the background and a quote from Albus Dumbledore. And I think it's a great one for the month of October. So that's what I'm going to do. It's kind of plain on the inside. Apparently I had 2 stickers on it from the last time that I used this. So we will leave those there, but I'm going to add a couple of these clear pockets. Later on, I will fill these with photos or a card of some sort to add a little decoration. But now I'm going to start transferring things over. I have a few things that transfer every month to my planner, and I'm going to move a few things around. So it's still September as I'm doing this, so I'm actually going to include my September daily page, my weekly pages for the month of September, so I can finish up this month, and I'll have 2 months in here, September and October. As September comes to an end, I will take that out, put it back in its original planner, and then continue on with this particular month. So I have 2 months in here, September and October. We're going to add in some meal planning. I just use very basic meal planning sheets. I used to do the whole meal planning planner. That was just too much work for me. I just want to list out what is for dinner each night. That's the biggest thing that I focus on as a mom, just planning out what are we going to do for dinner. Next is my notes section. Sometimes I do have notes that transfer from month to month, so I always move those over. And then I like to pick a new filler paper because it's fun and exciting, and I love filler paper. I have a list section. This is actually pieces of a vertical lined planner from Spoonful of Faith, and it is part of a creative project I'm working on all year where I have all of these lists that I work on, and every now and then you'll see me do a plan with me on my channel for this particular section. But it's a list thing that I do with my patrons over on Patreon, and I just keep mine in my actual planner with a vertical line planner. Then the lettering planner, which I will need this next month, I just trim it off. And now that's all the basics, but what I love about the disc system is that you can change it up each month. So this month I'm wanting to do my daily planning back in my regular catch-all planner. I had moved it to my business planner, and I think it'll work better for me over here. So I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to add this wellness tab. For a while I was tracking exercise, and instead of that I'm actually going to use the wellness tab in gratitude, and we're going to do some mental health wellness this month. Super controversial, I know, but I cut off the tabs, mostly because I made my own dividers. You can see them right there. I cut them out with my Cricut. I added vinyl on them. Love that. So I cut off the tabs so that I can clearly see what I have, what my dividers are. I also made these dashboards that help me flip 2 pages really easily. Again, I used some holographic vinyl to decorate them and created them myself. I love creating some of these fun things for my planner. I think it's a great way to customize. All right, so now that the guts of my planner is all set up for the month of October, it is time to work on my October layout. This month I am going to do a Halloween theme. I don't really like doing scary Halloween. I like more cutesy Halloween, so you'll see me kind of lean that way. We're starting out with some washi tape that is actually from Illustrated Faith. It has this wonky grid pattern on it, which I am digging, and I like the orange and the like darker orange mixed together. I think it goes pretty well for the month of October. So I'm going to put that on the spine of the page. One of my favorite ways to decorate a monthly layout is to work on the spine. I have a ton going on. This is going to be super functional because I have a lot of different practices to fill in. I have baseball practices and gymnastics practice and soccer and track and all of those activities to keep track of. And so I definitely use my monthly layout to do that, to keep track. And so you'll see me kind of avoiding putting a lot of stuff in the middle because I know there will be a lot of different writing going on. Over the top of that washi, I have some simply gilded washi. These are actually little bats, which is perfect for October. So I'm gonna lay that over, just to add a little extra decoration. And then we're actually gonna put washi along the bottom. It does a really good job of setting the tone. I've been loving washi lately. I think it might be because I can see all my washi a little bit better. Now that I'm in my new craft space, I can see it pretty clearly. So that might be why I'm grabbing for it just a bit more. But I love using washi, and I think it's such a great way to add a lot to your layouts, but still not get in the way of the actual function of the layout. So that's why I love it. So we're going to tear this one in half, or cut it in half, and put the other half over here on this side to go along the bottom. And what this is doing is forming a nice base so I can have a little scene here at the bottom in the middle. I'm going to layer on some black washi. Now this one has skulls, not normally my go-to, but I like the skinniness of this washi, and it does fit with the Halloween theme. And in the end, I don't think they draw a ton of attention, so it doesn't bug me. But like I said, I tend to go for cuter. I'm not into scary. Like, I take scary movies way too seriously or too much to heart, so I can't even watch them because I just get so freaked out from scary movies. So I'm more of a cutesy, fun, candy Halloween kind of gal. All right, now it's time to get into a little bit of the decorating. I'm working with two different sticker books. I am using the Essential Holidays sticker book, which is part of the newer fall release that just happened a couple of weeks ago. Love this sticker book because I feel like you could get this and be good for the year. You're gonna have all your holidays. You're gonna have like the main things you need. It is mostly decorative stickers, but you get that in maybe a few boxes and you might be good to go for the majority of the year. And I'm combining it with the Halloween sticker book that was released last fall of 2021. I'm not sure if they have it available anymore. I'll have to go check the Happy Planner website, but I love that book as well. And both of them had kind of a haunted house sort of look, and we're going to just layer those together. So we have the one on the pink to the left, and then we'll have our all black haunted house over here on the right. Again, I feel like they look a little cartoonish, which I am digging. So we'll put those. We have our little haunted neighborhood maybe going on. And then in the Halloween book, there was this page that was all pink and orange, and it was kind of transparent, and it had all of these stars. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if the stars were kind of going up the page, kind of coming from the houses? I just thought it would be a neat look. And so that's what I'm going to do, layer it behind here. And yes, it's going to go over the washi, but I like that look. And then on top of those, I can add on some different bats as if they are like flying up the page. And again, focusing most of my decorating towards the middle, just because that's going to cover up the least amount of boxes, the monthly, daily boxes. If I need to write over the top of this area, I can always add in some black boxes. I'm not actually going to fill in my schedule here on camera because it's probably not good to put out my family schedule. So I'll be filling it in later. And because we have so much going on this month, I'm not doing a ton of different little boxes. That would just, it would be too much. It would use up all of the boxes I have. So I'll be doing boxes in a few sections just to highlight some major things going on. But mostly I'll just be using bullet points and adding it in like that, probably in some sort of color-coded way. Playing with a little more decor, adding some spider webs here in the corner because I think those are adorable. So we'll fill those in right there on the edge of the corners. And then I'm gonna see how I might want to mark the day of Halloween. Love these gold circles that are in the Essential Holidays book. I think they're perfect. And I like that it could be a theme throughout the whole year. Like, you could mark all of your holidays this way. They have a lot of the major holidays in these gold circles, and then they have some other holidays in a half circle, which you will see me use in a moment. So I'm going to use this to mark Halloween. Not that I really need to mark Halloween. I think I know when it is, but it's just fun to decorate that and add that in. And then I'm going to use this one right here. We'll do a little bit of whiteout on this page, and we'll add Indigenous Peoples Day on the 10th right there. I'm going to put it up at the top. Perfect. And there will be writing that goes underneath that. On the sidebar, I'm going to add some functional boxes. I like this noted one because I like the colors in it. I'm not a big fan of the eyeball lollipop look going on. So what I'm going to do is cover it up with this cute ghost that I think is a little bit more tame. So we're going to put the ghost on this white paper. So when you have clear stickers, that you need to not be clear, meaning too much is showing up underneath them, then what I do is I just put them on white paper, just white printer paper, then I trim them out, fussy cut them out, and then I just use adhesive to put them on. And so now I don't have to have the creepy eyeball, but I can have the cute little ghost, and I think he is adorable, and I have this little friend over there to the side, so I'll trim that one out in just a bit. And then below that we'll add another functional box. What do I write over here? Sometimes it's bigger projects that I have going on that month as far as my house. Sometimes it's certain schedules, like a very typical soccer schedule or something that happens over and over again. And sometimes I use it to highlight birthdays, things like that that happen in the month. So there's lots of things you can use that sidebar for. I just like to have some functional boxes over there. There are times when I use that area to decorate. So it's really up to you. This particular month, like I said, it's a busy month, and I think it'll be a good way to keep track of some of our priorities through the month, because I think the busier we get, the more we tend to forget what some of those priorities are. So it's important to have them in a place that you're looking at regularly so we can make sure we're aligning. Now, I will use boxes for certain things. I do judge marching band during the fall, and so I have certain weekends where I will have marching band competitions, so I'm putting that there on Saturday. You saw me use the washi tape marking out a retreat that I'm going on with Illustrated Faith, which is going to be super exciting. I am so pumped to go to the Whatever Craft House in Kansas, one of my favorite places in the entire world, and to meet so many of the Illustrated Faith creative team that I haven't had the fortune of meeting yet. So I'll be excited to meet them. I'm picking out this little pumpkin. October the 6th is my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, which is just amazing, such a huge accomplishment. And so I'm gonna put a little pumpkin here just to remind me that I need to write that down on October the 6th. Once I trim up my last little ghost here and put him on the page, that's going to be pretty much it for the decorative part. Like I said, I will go in after this and fill in the schedule. I just didn't want to do that on camera, but I will cut these two pages apart very carefully and then use my We Are Memory Keepers disc punch. It got a little tricky with the disc punch this time because mostly I was punching just through washi. And when you punch just through washi, the washi is so sticky that it kind of gets a little janky with the disc punch, and so you got to be a little bit more careful. The disc punch punches through a ton of stuff, like some really thick stuff too, but I have noticed that washi kind of throws it off. So something else I could have done is just put another piece of paper behind where that washi is, and I think that would have helped a lot. But otherwise, that's okay. That's going to be it. October planner all set up. October monthly ready to be filled in. Let me know if you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification button. As always, I will link all of the supplies that I used down below. If I can find them online, you can check the description box for those links. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. We are having a fantastic time. We are growing a ton. It's a great community of creative people, and I'm just enjoying them so much. So if you're interested in joining us over on Patreon, then I also have a link to that in the description box below as well. All right, I think that's going to be it. We're going to pop this back in the planner and we will be all done. I hope that you have an absolutely fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.